Hi guys, good morning to one and all. This is G. Penchle. I am studying third BTech in Asankara Institution of Technology. Today, my tech talk presentation in this subject control system. What is motor? What are the working of the motor system? Topics are instruction to a DC motor, principles, construction, working, types and application. First of all, introduction to DC motor. DC motor is nothing but direct controller motor. A DC motor is a direct current motor, converts electrical energy into a mechanical energy, is called DC motor. A direct current DC motor is a firstly simple electrical motor that uses the electricity and magnetic field. Electrical motor that uses the electrical and magnetic field to produce the torque which turns a rotor and hence given the mechanical work. Next of all, principle of DC motors. If any electrical motor operations is based on the simple electromagnetism, when a current carrying conductors is placed is an external magnetic field, it will experience a force that is a Lorentz force or external force. Due to this force, torque is produced which rotates the motor that hence a motor runs. Next of all, construction. A DC motor consisting of two windings, those are field winding and armature winding. In field winding is a stationary and armature winding can rotate fields. And field winding, when give a DC motor supply, magnetic field is produced, and armature winding when connected to DC source and shaft connected to a rotates due to the Lorentz force. See this diagram, we can easily understanding of a field winding and armature winding in construction of DC motor. In this diagram, and middle of the is brushes and commutators and stator and rotors also there. Next, what are the construction diagram is in DC motor? Field winding and torque winding and internal force and commutator and frame and armature conductors are this there, and middle of the conductor is commutator. And field winding and armature winding are two windings of construction of a DC motor is very important. Field winding means a field winding is a stationary and armature winding can rotate freely. Armature winding is a freely rotating and winding is stationary. And a field winding when give a DC motor supply, magnetic field is produced, and armature winding is connected to direct current and source shaft connected to it rotates due to Lorentz force or external force. That is called construction of DC principle. It is a brief explanation about DC motor and working principle. What are the windings including of a DC motor? Thank you friends, I am given opportunity.